Hello, welcome to the tutorial on quadratic equations 2. This is page 8 of the revision guide. Okay, so this is a real life problem. So a ball is thrown vertically and is given by h equal to a quadratic expression. Now notice it's negative. So if I just show you what that, so let's say that person standing there, okay, is thrown vertically upwards, yeah? So in other words, the ball's here, it's going to go up and then down, okay? So what you've got is if you remember, when you do when you plot quadratic equations, when you have negative a coefficient, you get a sad curve. Okay, so that's a hint that the negative is appropriate to this model. Okay, obviously it's only doing that because of gravity. Okay, so what time and what that you are, so the moment when you start throwing is time equal to 0, and then time equal to t whenever it finishes. So any time that you want to know what the height is at that particular time, then you just substitute the t in there. Okay, so where t is time measured in seconds, the time to reach the ground will be given when h equal to 0. So there's two positions in which it will reach the ground. So if I just show you here, in fact, let's do that again. So it's going to start from his hand. So therefore, at time t equal to 0, so let's say this is t, this is h. At time t equal to 0, it's going to start at a certain height, depending on the height of his arm. Then he's going to throw, and then at certain time t, it's going to fall back down to the ground. Okay, so that's where we're looking for. Where is this value? Now notice that the time t will also equal to 0 when t equal to a negative number. So therefore, in a moment, I'm going to solve this using quadratic quadratic formula. I'm going to get two answers. One's positive, one's negative. Okay, so therefore, we're going to eliminate this negative answer. Okay, so let's do that then. Okay, so let's write our quadratic formula. X equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So therefore, a is given as minus 4.3 and b is 54. So I'm going to put 54 here, plus or minus 54 square minus 4 times a, remember it's a negative value, and then times c, which is 13. Now what I hurried a little bit, in fact, just because I've done this sort of questions lots of time, so I sort of guarantee I'm going to make sure it's 100% error free. So what you should do in the exam is to write out your constant first. Okay, if you make a mistake by not including the negative, everything's going to be wrong. Okay, so the best is always to write it out. It's usually the sign that you tend to miss out. Okay, because there's a plus, it's already a positive, so I don't need to deal with it. But if this is minus, you've got to write minus 54. Okay, so now let's see. I don't think I can do that in my head, so I'm just going to do this 8.6. So I'm going to put that in the calculator. You could put all this in the calculator, but I wouldn't do that because I think you need to get some working out mark. So 54 square. So I can go 2916 and then times by so minus. So let's do that. We know that minus minus makes a plus, so the answer is going to be positive. So okay, so let's just ignore the sign and just times them. Okay, 4 times 4.3 times 13, and that gives me plus 223.6. Okay, so, and then I will add that to 2916 under the square root, and I will now have minus 54 plus square root. I'm going to decompose this, split this two equations, and that is 3139.6. 3139.6 over 8.6 minus 8.6, or minus 54 minus square root 3139.6 over minus 8.6. Okay, now I can see that this is unlikely to be our answer because it's going to be a negative value, so I'm going to focus on this. Oh, by the way, because we're not really finding x, we're finding time, so we should have rewritten that as t. Okay. Oh, sorry. The t is our variable. Yeah, t when that equal to 0. Yeah, because h is 0. You see, that's why we use the quadratic form. If this wasn't equal to 0, you have to rearrange it so that the equation is equal to 0, because quadratic formula applies only to ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. If this is not 0, then you can't apply it straight away. Okay, so let's go back there and clear that. So let's put a fraction, and then we add a square root of 3139.6, and then over minus, I forgot about this. In fact, because this is going to be positive, that's negative, the answer is going to be negative. So this is the one that we need, actually. Sorry. So the time is either minus 0.3. So let's write this out here. Minus 0.24 second, which can't be because it's negative. But however, it proved the point I did earlier on, and then to say that is going to be your minus 0.24. So now we're going to find this one. So very quickly then, where is it? There we are. So I can cheat a little bit, and then can I cheat a little bit? No, I can't. No, I thought I can do that, because I could have done back and then change the sign to minus then. So never mind. So let's do that again. Minus 54 minus square root 3y319.6 over minus 8.6, and positive 12 point. They want 2 decimal places in the exam, so it's going to be 79 seconds. So, or t equal to 12.79 seconds. So that means the ball will fall to the ground at 12.79 seconds, and that applies on the graph here, 12.79. Okay, so there we are.